Dean, I think I'm over all the technology, Dean. I think I'm over it.
That's not a thing. You can't.
Everything's got to be smart. You know, you can't live in a world with a not smart. A lamp. This stupid ass lamp. It's like a key light. It's for lighting the camera. It's the bane of my existence. Like, I don't understand why this thing needs Wi-Fi. I don't understand it. I mean, it's cool when it works, but I swear to God, like, every show, like every other show, this fucking light just doesn't want to work. And then I get frustrated. It brings the whole mood down because I can't turn on this stupid ass. There's no, like, there should, like, I get why it has the feature, but there should be, like, a pass-through. Like, once you set it, all you have to do is just, you can just turn it on, right? Like, that doesn't seem that crazy to me. I don't get it.
If only there was a simple solution to this. But, you know, the guy's got his priorities. He's getting new dogs, getting new cars, but can't get a new fucking light, huh?
Well, you know, the light works 90% of the time. It just doesn't work the 10% of the time. You know? I was like, Marco, he shows up to the show 10% of the time. So it's
I was
like,
going to say, there's a joke in there somewhere.
Yeah, you know, it's like, you know, Marco
Other
might
way
be
around,
like the
yeah.
light. You know, I don't know what works more often.
Yeah, man. You got
It's
two of
fucking
the
light, dude.
Latinos are supposed to be hardworking, but you got Dean and myself who are
taking more breaks than a day laborer. My goodness.
Wow, just
Wow.
Holy shit. Now those are hard workers.
Anyways, have you guys had stuff like that in your lives where it's like shit that's meant to make your life better or easier, and it just ends up being like this fucking
My life in general.
your life in general? Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, or like places like everywhere needs a goddamn app.
Right,
It's
you
like-
go to eat and they're like, "Oh, you could scan our QR code." It's like, or you could just bring.
Or
it in,
yeah, you
like-
could just take my card and charge it. What the
I love
fuck
that.
are we talking about?
I love
or the
that clip.
iPad, dude. It's gonna ask you a question. Bitch, I already know what the question is. Just fucking,
Yeah.
you know. I don't want to tip you. Fucking, you know. I got a tip for you right here.
They stand there staring at you while you're looking at the tip percentage.
It's so awkward.
I hate that.
I think the
Charlie, the
donating
negative
is
one.
worse. Donating is so much worse. Because
Right?
at
Why
least
is
the
Walmart
tip,
asking me?
at least the tip goes to the person helping me. Now I'm just donating to some random person.
And it's
child.
a
Some kids
write-off
with
for the
cancer?
That's
Yeah,
right.
what the
It's a
fuck?
write-off for the
write-off.
company though. So it's like not even like they're trying to skirt by the rules here.
Yeah, Amazon asking me for a donation. Tell Jeff to donate. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to donate. Actually, his wife donates a lot, so she's an angel. Ex-wife, rather. Anyways, Mike, do you have anything that like this just ruins your life?
Yeah, you know, the thing that gets me more than anything is my Alexa that turns all these lights on never works the first time. Every single time it tells me there's no setting or it's not connected anymore. I have to repeat it every time. And
Yeah.
if I'm having one of those days, you know, the whole house knows it because I start screaming at the Alexa for no reason.
Yeah.
It's
He
ridiculous.
threw his controller in the
It's
middle of
it's
the
a
game.
first world problem. I get it, but it's so
Seen it.
frustrating.
Dude, this is where Skynet starts in Mike's basement. You're gonna fucking yell at me? We're gonna fucking launch the nukes.
I heard its
gosh.
feelings.
It's like Kim Jong-un. What about you, Dean?
I already said my thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was it? Remind me.
Everywhere needing an app.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry.
When Zach doesn't
that's-
listen to your
it's-
stories.
It's a
Yeah, when
nightmare.
Zach doesn't listen.
Yeah. Who hasn't? Anyways, well, we survived another tech event, so I guess we'll get this one started.
Are you an angel?
What?
An angel. I heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe.
Hello there.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We would be honored if you would join us.
He's got a billion toys.
You brought in the doll collection.
These are not dolls, Jim. These are commodities. Same as gold or oil.
5, 4,
You are now listening to the Collecting Weekly podcast.
Should we lock in the artillery power?
This is the true form of lore gang right here. Very nice. YouTube.com/collectingweekly. Thank you very much. That's very cool. Big.
Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Marco.
And I'm Eddie.
Mike.
Sorry, Mark.
Welcome to
just cut him out.
This week's
It's fine.
episode
It's fine.
of I don't even know where we're at here. Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. It's a weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting.
That's right. Oh,
sorry. No, you're good.
I was going to say, that's right. Thank you for watching, whether you're catching us live, whether you're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, wherever you're catching us. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, share. All the buttons, make sure you hit them all.
Especially the super chat button.
Well,
just kidding. We have it's a pretty good show. A lot of stuff to talk about tonight. But before we get into it, we have Toy Mafia, Rooster, Aries, Soft Hands in the chat, Charlie the Unicorn, Trevor Weed, Moose, Mike the Sith Scale Collector, Sweet SpongeBob SquareBalls, emotional reoccurrence on After Dark last week. It was amazing. Big Rib, Sean Forrester, Badfish, Valkyrie Magnus. Let's see. Ben Thomas, texting and driving, probably not the safest thing to do. Clinton Martin, Darth Tamaris in the chat, Mr. Musashi. Dean, we have a very special segment that we start off all of our best shows with.
Yeah, you guys ready?
I am.
It's new this week.
Yeah. What'd you get new this week? I didn't get anything. How about you guys?
Wow. Marco, what'd you get?
Yeah, so this bad boy finally came. Tiger Stripe, or whatever you want to call him, Wolverine, wow. Hono Studios. So I've had, you can see behind me, battling Ryu. I've had the brown suit version for a while. But yeah, this bad boy just came. So excited to get it open. And yeah, just a beautiful piece by Hot Toys from everything that I've seen. So yeah, excited to add the second one to the collection.
Wow, very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Eddie, what did you get this week?
I just got today the Batman and Robin Batmobile from McFarlane Toys. So I got my Batman and Robin hat on, but I finally have the 3 favorite Batmobiles in the collection, which was way quicker than I thought it would take to get them. McFarlane is really pumping out the Batmobiles, dude. Yeah. This one was just shown, the Batman and Robin one, and I already have it. I was shocked that it was shipping already. So, and it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
So
wow,
I'm very happy with it.
These look awesome together.
Yeah, dude, this is probably the coolest shelf in my collection right now, for me anyway. But
and the only one.
Wow.
Wow.
You knew it was coming.
Wow.
This
Fern
looks
likes
dope.
it. He says that looks fucking sick. Yeah, dude, this is really, dude, it's like perfect. The height that you have, the one with that big tail.
Yeah,
dude, that's perfect.
It wouldn't have worked on the same shelf if I had them all level because of how big the damn fin on the Batman Forever one is. But if I put it up, it works perfectly on my garage shelf. So that's why I recently hit up Zach to get more of these stands, because they really help out, and that's what I'm using for all the figures, and they look really cool. So I'm going to use a lot of those. I think my whole garage shelf is going to be 1/12 scale stuff, which is not what I built it for, but I actually like the way they look in there a lot. And the shelf below it is the Nolan trilogy stuff, so that one's filling out too. So I'm really excited, man. We only need the only other Batmobiles I would really love McFarlane to do is the Arkham Knight Batmobile, and then
I hate that.
I need the one from Batman versus Superman or Justice League, whatever he wants to do. And then after those, I'd be good.
He's never made that before, or you just don't have it?
He's never made it. There are 1/12 versions of the
RC car,
the Affleck one. There's a. Oh, you know what? I do want the Pattinson one too. The RC car for the or for the
Yeah.
Pattinson one. But no, McFarlane has never done any of those.
I'm waiting for him to do the Batmobile Pattinson. I mean, I have the Hot Wheels one, which is, I think, perfect, but I'd like to kind of compare. I still need to pick up the Tumbler, and I would love it if he did the BVS Batmobile. I like the BVS better than Justice League, personally, but they're pretty similar.
Yeah.
Eddie, are you interested in getting the animated ones?
Oh, my God, that'd
no,
be amazing.
Only because the animated series isn't like that nostalgic for me. I remember watching it, but it's not like crazy, so I don't need it. If I ever got it on a sale someday after I picked up the other ones, that I might get it just to have like all of them, but I don't need it. I've been tempted to get the White Knight one, the Sean Gordon Murphy one, because I did like that run, but I haven't even picked that one up.
The Batman Beyond one looks really sweet. I saw it in Target over the weekend.
And that was on sale.
I didn't
right
get
now.
it. Yeah.
Wait, you saw the Batman Beyond one?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
There was one, and the box
bad.
was kind of beat up too, so I wasn't super tempted to it.
I have it on pre-order, but I need a Batman to go with it. Trevor Reed said he's got 2 Exo-6 Savics, the Nightmare Batman, and Superman, and finally the Inner Batman coming in. Let's see. Dean is out for a second. Mike, what did you get?
Yeah, I mean, I had a pretty good week. My chopper came in. Super excited to get that thing in, but I'm going to be honest, it was a little deflating once I opened it up. I played retail for it. I wish I wouldn't have. I'm glad to have them because I collect the droids, but probably not worth the retail price, in my opinion, to it. But whatever. Picked up the Portal. That was kind of just a spur of the moment thing. We usually go out shopping on Black Friday and get a bunch of stuff, but we really didn't get anything. So at that point, I felt like I had money in my pocket, and that was kind of sitting there. So I took a swing on it. It's been pretty sweet so far. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
So you're liking it? You'd recommend it?
Yeah. I would. I mean, if you have enough time to play, video games, obviously. But
Yeah.
that wasn't meant as a shot, Marco. I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate
should've
that.
been.
No. I'm hoping it'll like reduce the barrier to playing though, right? Because it's just as simple as turning it on. You can get a few games in, turn it off.
It's amazing, dude.
Yeah, it makes it really easy, right? Like, I mean, if my PlayStation's down here, so if somebody's down here watching TV or something, I can grab that and happy little family. So no, it's nice. And then I got the Sideswipe 3.0 figure in. I'm an advocate for these figures, man. I like everybody. I wish they would transform, but in their robot mode, there's none that do them better than this, man. The articulation, the engineering that go into these things is incredible. So yeah, and then fresh off the printer there at Mike's Adventure World, a little something for one of the boys here.
Wow.
Shipping
Hopefully
soon.
that's one of my boys. Very cool. If anyone wants one of these logos, Mike does have the official license. These are not third party. These are licensed replica logos.
It's true.
Looks
Cost
awesome.
me a pretty penny too. So
Yeah. The check hasn't cleared yet, so we'll wait to get those shipped.
wait till Friday.
There you go. Let's
Next
see
Friday.
here. I got boom. I've been wanting this Lego set. It's Brian's Nissan Skyline from Too Fast, Too Furious. I've literally been wanting this fucking thing for probably since the day it came out. And there's been like no less than probably 4 times I've been in Walmart and it's been in my cart or Target. And then I'm like, nah, I gotta be a responsible adult and put it back. And finally, Victoria bought it for me as an early Christmas gift. And it is amazing. I love it so much. I have the LED kit coming for it tomorrow. I wanted to build them like put the kit in while I was building it, but dude, I couldn't not build this thing the day it arrived. It's too amazing. So highly recommend this set. It's amazing. I think you can get it for $20. And I think the retail's $25, so it's like on a discount right now. But it's going to be retiring this year, and I think because it is such an iconic car, and obviously Paul Walker passed away, I think this is going to be one of those sets that is going to go up in value. So, it's a really cool set. It's a great build, and yeah, I honestly can't recommend this thing enough. It's super cool.
Feels like crazy value considering how expensive these things are these days.
I think so. Yeah, $20 for what is it, like 200 pieces and Paul Walker. I think it's awesome. Although I did miss out on Dom's charger. That set did retire, so I'm going to be paying a little above retail to get that one in the aftermarket, so I'll have both. But it's going to be a sweet little display once I have it all done. We also got a puppy on Friday. It was kind of I won't say like a YOLO purchase. But Victoria had told me that she really wanted a Great Dane, like at some point, in our lives. And, like I said in the vlog, I make things happen. You know what I'm saying? Marco knows. And so there was this really nice guy. It still sounds too good to be true. Like I don't think there's anything like nefarious, but like, I didn't get it. But basically he had bred a litter once, and they're purebred Great Danes, and he sold all the litter for like $1,000 each. And then this time he said he wanted to just bless people with like, I'll call it like a Grail puppy, but like Great Dane puppies, like on the places I was looking, as low as 500, as much as 3,000 for a puppy. Now, granted, the higher end of that number was registered with AKC 1 year. He called it like a genetic warranty. Like if the dog developed whatever, they would, I guess, give you a new puppy. I'm not quite sure how that works. And it had like a bunch of stuff. But this guy was like, I just wanted to bless people. I had a really good year. I have 13 of these puppies. And he's like, if you just want to give a donation, then you can have a puppy. He's like, but if not, you can have them for free. So gave him a donation, and we got the last male of the litter. There was 13 puppies. Only 3 of them were boys, and so the 2 other boys went really quick. And then by the time we got there, there was only 4 puppies left. And so, yeah, we adopted a Great Dane puppy, and his name is Zeus, and I love him. He's amazing. And yeah, if you watch our vlog, you'll see the kind of backstory behind that. But yeah, he's a really cool puppy. So hopefully you'll be seeing more Zeus in the background as he gets a little bigger, and don't have to keep my eye on him constantly.
That's awesome, man. It's a beautiful dog.
Yeah, congrats.
Thanks.
How big do Great Danes get? Like how tall and how normally heavy do they get?
So his dad and mom, his dad's about 180 pounds, and like height wise is like pretty tall, like probably like at your hip or higher. And the guy that owns both the dogs was pretty tall. And then the mom was like taller than Vivi basically. The parents, they were just photos, but they were massive dogs. And, I don't know about the grandmothers, but the guy said they were Great Dane grandmothers also. He just didn't have the photos quickly to give me. But yeah, they get pretty big. I'm a bit concerned because he's a bit small for his age right now. But on Reddit, everyone's like, yeah, we see these posts all the time where people are like, oh, my puppy's too small. And then ends up being like a 180-pound dog at the end.
So my God.
It's possible he might have been like the runt of the males, but he's gonna explode the next year. So
right, a runt Great Dane is still a pretty big dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't want to runt, but you know.
Yeah, so cute, Zach. I meant to congratulate you.
Thanks. I can't wait for you to meet him. He's so cute. He is so.
What's
cute.
wrong with the runt? Runts can be cute.
Yeah, but I want a big
Look
dog.
at you.
Wow.
Wow.
Dude, I'm a fucking king, bro.
You hate to see it.
King. But yeah, he's a good pup. I don't know. It still feels too good to be true.
Did you talk about his name at all?
Yeah, so his name is Zeus. So all my dogs are named after different gods. So Apollo, Juno, Persephone, and someone said he looks like a Hercules. It was going to be between Hercules and Zeus. Yeah, exactly. But I think we really wanted to stay with the Z name because everything that's happened the past few years, and just have another boy in the house. So we ended up going with Zeus. But Hercules was the second option. But yeah, he's a little cutie. So I'm excited for everyone to see him grow up on the vlog.
I'm excited to meet him because Apollo famously did not like me.
Well, famously, he didn't like anybody.
Right.
That was kind of a shtick. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I don't know if I ever saw him out of his cage.
No.
Like when I would go over because
had my
he was
other
so
dogs, right?
hostile. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Like for an animal not to like me is weird. So like Apollo was like, I just want to be your friend, Apollo. Why are you this way?
He
But
had
yeah,
a
Zach would
traumatic
always have to put him
experience. I was buying something on Craigslist from a friend of mine, and he opened my back door without, like, I guess Apollo didn't realize he was doing that, and I think Apollo thought he was trying to hurt Victoria because she was helping the guy load the stuff, and ever since that moment, it was like he went from friendly puppy, friends with everybody, to like death, everyone, kill, murder.
Well, I mean,
it was weird.
He's doing his job, sweet boy. R.I.P.
Yeah. Rip. Tragic, bro. Hug your puppies, because Apollo was, I think, 6 or 7 when he passed away, and it was very tragic. But, yeah, well, enough about dog talk. We'll talk tomorrow about dog stuff on After Dark.
Dog talk.
Let's see. We have Did They Cause Baby, the show where we talk about if they cause babied. Tonight we're starting with Captain America Stealth Strike Suit 2.0. What does the strike mean? The STRIK. What is the acronym there? I guess I just realized that. At any rate, 2.0. Yeah, it says that right there on the bottom. 2.0.
Well, because they did an endgame version of this, didn't they?
They did, but I think he had the red shield. He didn't have the shield.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the 1.0, I think, is what they're comparing it to in the photos. Maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Eddie. Strike Team. Okay, so I've seen fucking dissertations on this fucking figure today, so what I'm going to say is going to be very brief. I think it's going to be very interesting. The thing that interests me the most is how they're going to do these magnetic bases. I don't really have the eye for the portrait. I don't really have the eye for anything about this, but I want to see how they do these magnetic bases. We've already seen them kind of shoot across the bow of InArt with Indiana Jones. They were doing that, like, it was like that tiny little boop where it just grabs the ankles. This time they're going full magnetic base. I'm excited to see how this works. I think most of the community is of the mind that this should just be a big ass magnet, and you can just place this figure anywhere on that big ass magnet. InArt has this weird XY sliding Tetris mechanism. I don't think it's particularly good, but we'll see how that turns out. I do think the body's much better than the original MMS, but yeah, you get some different display options. You can display the shield on the hand or on the back, and yeah, you get interchangeable lower faces, the 2 different head sculpts, rolling eyeballs, which I don't think look particularly great. Trevor's saying the artisan is also a magnetic base, so that's going to be good to see as well. Dean, apparently Strike stands for Special Tactical Reserves for International Key Emergencies. There you go. Thank you, Charlie. 1 point for you. Of course.
Leave it up to the Strategic Homeland. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know the fucking name either. I could not find a cause baby of this. There are a lot of caps though.
No. Don't do it. It's gotta be this.
I could not find stealth suit cap in a cause baby. If I'm wrong, forgive me.
Did you type
that's
stealth
a lot
strike?
of caps. I didn't put the S period, T period. I just put stealth Captain America. It's too many periods to type out. I don't have that kind of time. Merlin kept piling up.
You can continue the pile. I don't know how.
Anyway, yeah, so when I saw this go up, I was like, didn't they just do that for Endgame? But that was the first scene of Endgame where he puts it on again. But it is technically Captain America from further along in the movies. I don't know how similar or dissimilar the outfits are from one another, but I was like, do we really need this? I think the portrait is worse than any Chris Evans we've ever seen. I don't think that looks like Chris Evans at all. It looks.
You joking?
Do you think it does?
I do.
This is spot on. Honestly, I think it's a great
so
sculpt.
I think it's the best one.
You
we've
look at
ever
him,
seen.
I'm like, that's maybe if you
Wow,
put
I
it side by
don't-
side, but I don't know. I think that looks great, honestly. Both of them, the masked and the unmasked.
Yeah.
The one on the
Yeah, I
right
don't
looks
know.
The one on the right
Does-
though, that's
looks like he shit
That
himself.
looks
That one's sus.
terrifying.
he
That's
looks
what
more
was
like the,
happening to
the
me
guy
a
from
minute
the
ago,
Winter
dude.
Soldier show.
Looks like the Terrifier.
On the one on the
Wow.
right. Terrifier.
Yeah, I don't know. Now seeing it come next to the original, it's crazy how much they keep improving. Because if you had asked me, a week ago, I'd be like, oh yeah, it looks great. It looks, the proportions are good. The outfit looks good. But next to this one, it's like the tailoring is so much better. I guess it's more form fitting to the body. It's like, damn, the other one looks kind of like a toy now, which is wild. Which again, just goes to show Hot Toys improving still. But I don't know. I was like, it's just not exciting to me, I guess, because again, we just saw this Captain America not that long ago. I would have preferred the look from the same movie, but with like all the straps and stuff. Where he fights Bucky in the fucking what are those things
The
called?
Captain America
The
suit? The first Avenger suit?
Yeah, the first Avenger suit. Like, if you're gonna redo a Cap, do that one. We just saw this.
That would be a nice one, yeah.
Well, didn't they do first Avenger Cap? Oh no, that wasn't first.
They haven't done a 2.0.
No, that was
First Avenger.
first
In-game.
Avengers Cap, not the first Avenger Cap.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Correct. Okay, because that's America's
It's
ass Captain
confusing.
America.
But not everything has to be my cup of tea. So I don't hate it. I'm just like, eh.
I'm kind of with Dean. I don't think the head sculpt is as good as it should be. I think his like cheek jawline is a little too fat or thick. I think Chris Evans' jawline and his cheekbones are more narrow. But I mean, it's still good. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's quite there. I'm sure it's out there, but I would have loved to have seen this compared to the Endgame one. I think it's easy to compare it to the old, 1.0 and show how much better it is. But I want to see what did they do to this over the Endgame one. I'd be curious about, but to really justify the change, right? Magnetic base is nice, but I worry about people that want to do like some of the more dynamic posing. Without a crotch grab or without some other way to hold the figure up, is he just kind of have to be in like a walking pose or just standing straight up to work on the base, right? I mean, even if he's kind of like doing something where he's like jumping or running, throwing the shield, are the ankle joints going to be strong enough to hold the figure up with the magnets? Because that's been my only issue with the in-art base, is I haven't had issues with the magnets like a lot of people, but I did have my Joker lean over once. But the feet stuck. The ankle joints were just weak enough that they fell over. So I'll be curious to see that. And obviously Hot Toys has had their hits and misses with ankle joints on different figures. So that could be concerning. Did they do anything different with the shield as far as the attachment? Like, were there any notes about it being maybe magnetic or something on the wrist? Because the way you strap that thing on, at least with the Endgame Cap, is a nightmare.
The shield is magnetic to the back. It's not magnetic to the wrist, but it magnetizes to his back.
That's a shame. They should have found a way to put it. You got the magnet in the shield for the back. Why not have it in the forearm? But so that's kind of annoying. And I would like to see all that the leather straps and the belt and stuff be actual leather. If you're going to put this one out so fast after essentially the last one, upgrade it all across the board, right? So it's a pass for me, but it definitely looks good.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of things that we could definitely nitpick with this one. And also, I'm sure a lot of people are just marveled out. They don't even want to see Marvel figures at this point. But I think this is awesome, honestly. I think someone mentioned the Black Widow Artisan that has a similar base, not only magnetic, but the same design, right? And so I think this is like a nice companion piece to that one almost. And yeah, I think that it just looks really great. I really like the updated proportions, the updated head sculpts. At $280, I can find very little to complain about, honestly, and I'm just appreciative that they're kind of dipping back into some of these, beloved Marvel films, because they could kind of throw in the towel and say, we're not going to touch, these for a while. But I think this is great. Give us another opportunity to add an updated version of a character that we love, and they're not completely phoning it in. They're really giving us, those improvements that for me make it worth it. So yeah, I think this one is a definite get. I know that's not the game anymore, but yeah, I think it's a get.
I'm sorry, Eddie.
I love this. It's an awesome release to me. I think the likeness is only getting better, and Chris Evans has one of those likenesses that's hard to get right. I think the Endgame one was the closest, the unmasked. That one was really, really good, and that one was so good that I wanted to use that unmasked head sculpt more than the masked, even though that's the look you want. But it was so good that I was like, I need to use that. And then this one, I feel the same way. Like, it's so good, you need to use it. I don't know why people are complaining about the jawline, because he has that kind of a jawline. I think in the pictures it may look like the bottom of the jaw is slightly too wide, but I think in hand it's gonna look really sick, dude. Because Chris Evans has that heroic jawline so it's damn near perfect to me. I think it's great. I saw comparisons on Facebook. We all know the post I'm talking about. Like, I saw comparisons and I was like, I don't know why this idiot posted this and thinking that people are going to think it looks worse. It looks so much like Chris Evans in those pictures.
His hair's maybe a bit blonder in the actual film,
exactly. Yeah, I was like, dude, it looks great in these photos. I don't get what's the problem here. So I love it. And also, I love the magnetic bases. Like, I love them on the in-art ones. I got the Superman recently, and I have him on the magnetic base in a walking pose, and one of his feet is like angled up as if he's stepping. And so really only one is securely magnetized to the base, and it works great. And I love being able to move them. So that's why I'm like, I don't get why people don't like these bases, because they're great. And we have earthquakes in California. We had one recently. They don't budge, dude, just on the magnet base. So I don't know what people are doing with their magnet bases, but I'm for those bases, dude. I think they're sick. I love them way more than having a crotch grabber there. Do I think it would be nice for people to have an option of doing both? Yeah, I think that would be sick. I wouldn't disagree with that, but I'm fine with just the magnetic base. I think they're great. So yeah, I like it a lot. The only thing that's annoying me a little bit is I can see why people would complain that we got the Avengers one and now this one, and this one's better. It is getting pretty annoying how quickly they're coming out with better figures. Like with the DX-19, for example, and then the Armory suit. Like, it used to be spaced out like 5 years before we got a better look, and I feel like they're coming out every other year now, or every couple of years, and it's like, dude, these are $400, $300. Like, I don't want to be upgrading every single year on a character. Like, that's kind of annoying. So, and I'm also getting annoyed with a regular release having a magnetic base, but then an artisan has a magnetic base. It's annoying me that like they're upcharging on an artisan figure when other figures have the same stuff. So it's just the wool hair sculpt that's separating them. Like, I wish it was more clear on what the better figures were going to be, like a collector line, a premium line, and then the artisan line. Like, I feel like they're all over the place. Yeah, I know. It's super annoying, and it makes it tough for the consumer, like, or for the buyers, like the customers, because I don't know whether to wait for a more premium figure, or if this is the premium figure, if another figure is going to have rooted hair or something. Like, it's very annoying to make a decision now as a collector from Hot Toys.
Yeah, you're 100%. I will say, if the hair comes out as well as it looks on this prototype, that may be some of the best sculpted hair I've seen them do. I mean, between the shading and everything, if it comes out that well, that's the best they've done. It's top notch, and they've stepped up their game on the sculpted hair too. But that just looks amazing.
So Sean says, I don't think the shield is magnetic. No mention on Sideshow. I think we're dealing with straps and a hook on the harness to hang it. I didn't look on Sideshow, but in Hot Toys posts, it says what the figure comes with, and it mentions with the shield that it's magnetic to the back. So I don't know if Sideshow mentions it, but in Hot Toys post, they mentioned it.
Yeah, that's at least a start in the right direction, but man,
Where did
can't they
the
just put
Hot
that on the forearm?
Toys Facebook?
On the Hot Toys Secret Base post.
Oh, the secret base. Okay.
In the description.
So, I guess my question is, because Marco said that he's getting this for sure. Do you have another cap, right? You have endgame cap?
I've got an endgame cap as well. And then the silver and black cap, I think that one's from Civil War, and it's like the variant.
Okay, yeah, the concept art, I think.
There you go, concept art. Yep.
Because like for me, I tend to only get one figure per character. Otherwise, I buy them all, right? And it's like this one is a good looking figure. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the red, white, and blue. The shield is blue and silver instead of, red and silver, red and white, blue. It's just like, to me, it's like, this isn't the cap to get. You know what I mean? Especially like Eddie said, if they're coming out so often, it's like.
It's a really popular design, though. People really like this cap.
This is Dean, you're totally right. This is a luxury pick. This is like drafting a left guard in the second round, It's like a luxury. You don't need the definitive character to kind of take your display to the next level. It's just like, if you like him, you have room in the collection for him to slot in somewhere, then it totally works. But yeah, this is definitely not the definitive cap to get. And I would never characterize it that way.
Eddie is correct. It does say in Secret Base that it does have magnets on the shield.
Magnetic absorption.
This is the direct translation.
Jeez, that's awesome. I love it.
So we will see on that.
You know, it'd be dope. So it has a. Do you think the magnet is in his back or the magnet is in the arm? Because if they do a Winter Soldier to go with it and they put a magnet in his arm, then it will magnetize to the Winter Soldier, which I think it did that in the movie. I don't remember though.
There you go. Let's move forward. We have the Scorched Xenomorph. Holy shit. From Alien Romulus. This one's coming in at $305, releasing October 2025 to March 2026. Let's see here. I'll be honest. I've been kind of wanting a Xenomorph for my collection, and I fully understand that this design may... Well, I'm not a big Alien guy, so what I'm going to say might be kind of stupid, but to me, this is close enough that I think this could represent, like, the Big Chap or Aliens. Like, I think I could get a lot of mileage out of something like this. So I'm pretty tempted by this. I don't think it's a pickup yet, but boy, this thing looks pretty fucking good. I also haven't seen Alien Romulus yet. I've been dying to see it, but, Dean Merlin just keeps piling up. You get the articulated face hugger. You get the diorama base. I'm kind of digging this. $305 seems like a somewhat high price, but this is going to be a very large figure. And so I'm able to forgive it just a little bit, and it is going to have, I don't know if you'd consider it a seamless body, but like it's not going to be like an articulated jointed body. There's going to be some parts of it that are seamless. Yeah, I like this quite a bit. I really want to see the movie. And Eddie, there's some interesting points about this figure that I'll let you mention when it's your turn. But yeah, I like this a lot. $305 to me doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah, I mean, when base figures are coming in at $280, this is only what, $25 more for a much larger figure. The light up base, the articulated face hugger, the size of this thing, I don't think $305 is that bad. I love this. I think it's so cool. I've wanted an alien in my collection forever. Zach, you and I shared one time, and it was rough, because even at the time it was already pretty old.
It was like the model kit ones from a long, long time ago. It was real bad.
Yeah, and this looks more kind of like in my mind's eye. When I think of a xenomorph, this is what I think of. I know they're very different from movie to movie. I don't have the eye for it. I just think cool xenomorph alien, H.R. Geiger, creepy, phallic kind of, this is it, and so
Sirius Black, that is.
Creepy, phallic, my two favorite words.
Yeah, in the same sentence, dude. Gooey. Yeah. You could throw that in there too. Gooey. Slimy. Pulsating, even.
Keep talking.
I'm almost finished.
Don't stop.
Yeah, I think this is badass. I'm super, super tempted to pick this up.
Now I can't unsee a dick on the picture on the left. Like it's all that
I mean, that's literally what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, you just now?
All this time, my sweet innocent brain just didn't.
Does your dick look like that?
Wow.
Yours doesn't.
With
yeah,
the
yours
curve
doesn't
to
have
the
a skull
right.
inside of it.
I don't know. Mine doesn't. Mine's not scorched.
Jeez. Yeah, I think this is a dope release. I'm glad they're doing an alien. I guess it's cool either way. I can't lie. Like I would want to see a big chap from the first movie, but this is still really cool that we're getting it. And Marco, I think, is the one that added it to the show sheet. Someone spotted that the alien that they showed us in what was that, like a sideshow, like one of their weekly things or something, where they had it on display when they teased the alien.
Was it one of the conventions over the summer?
Yeah, something.
So,
it was a convention, or
Maybe
it was
the Hong
like
Kong convention.
Yeah, and the one they had on display just said Alien Romulus, and it was just the regular alien. And then when this one was released, this is the Scorched Xenomorph. So I guess there's a difference between the one that listed and the one they showed, at least. I don't know if they ended up having to change it for licensing or something, but the one that was displayed was definitely less battle damage. Like it had it, you could, the only place I could really tell, because of the way the alien is designed, like it looks messed up and like wet and like a bunch of detail everywhere, but on the traps where the like shoulder pads on the traps are, those look way more textured than the ones that were on display. It was very smooth. It looked more like the head on the Xenomorph. So I don't know if that was a licensing thing or if we're actually going to see a regular release, because this one does say Scorch. So, but I don't even remember in the movie when he got scorched. So I don't know if you guys remember that, but I don't even remember him being on fire in the movie. So,
maybe
but it is cool.
End.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I'm not gonna pre-order it because I'm trying not to pre-order stuff. I'm waiting till stuff is released to buy it. I know that's risky now because stuff is selling out, but that's just the way I'm gonna do it going forward. But I do really want an alien. If I only had one though, I would want either a big chap, probably big chap, or a warrior from Aliens. So that's kind of why I'm holding out. I want to see if maybe there's a chance we get a big chap. I know there's like debate on like, well, if you don't do this, then maybe they would never make a big chap. Like,
No,
I don't know. Just the way I'm doing it.
They're gonna make more, Eddie. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the calculus, right? Do you want this version, or are you just gonna hold off for something else that they're gonna do? I guarantee you they're gonna dip back into that original trilogy. But I think this looks awesome, honestly. Like I was sold on it until Dean mentioned that it looks like a dick. Now, I was gonna get it, but now I have to get two of them. So yeah, I think this is it's just a really cool figure, honestly. And Ben would say, we've been price conditioned, because like the 280 with Cap and the 305 with this, I think like, oh, that's actually not terrible. And if you would have asked maybe 2 years ago, maybe a little bit longer than that, would have said like that's
goddamn, Ben.
crazy. The prices are getting wild.
Spoilers, bro. Holy fuck.
Wow.
Damn,
Unbelievable.
fuck, Ben. Jesus
Ruining
Christ.
the show from the chat.
You hate to see it.
But yeah, so so I don't think that the price is terrible for a very large figure. I think it's really cool, and it could be your representation for Alien, or you hold out for the next one. But yeah, I think this is a dope release.
Yeah, I think your point on the price is dead on. I think that's a great price, right? Because I think this is supposed to be like 17 inches, which is up there with like, Carnage, I think, right? And Carnage was 400 plus, if I remember correctly. So
yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah, so I think the price is great. I mean, to your guys' point, yeah, I mean, if they wanted to open the floodgates with Aliens, I mean, they certainly could, and I think they do well in selling just about all of them. There's so many purists out there. This is definitely coming home. This is incredible. I've been wanting one of these, like most people's, from the beginning, but that first one was just not it. So I hope they've learned from some of the mistakes, and if there's issues in the old ones, just moving the jaw and stuff kind of just falls apart almost immediately. So hopefully they fix some of those issues. I thought somebody had said, I didn't check it, so forgive me if I'm just spreading fake news, but I thought somebody said the one not labeled Scorched was still up for RSVP on Sideshow's page. So if that's true, Eddie might be onto something there. And again, I don't think they would have much of a problem selling both of these. I mean, there's people out there that are going to want to army build Aliens, and to have, a Scorched one, a regular one, and at that price, I think it makes sense.
More than one. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, there's like a lot. Wow. And I actually, even though Big Chap's, the Alien, I like parts of this a lot better, because I like the legs on this one. The Big Chap legs are almost just kind of human legs, right? Because it's just the practical effects and stuff. So I like this one a little better. But yeah, it's definitely coming home.
I want it so bad. Well, I guess I don't need to watch the movie anymore, but yeah, I'm real excited to, thanks guys. Let's see. Oh, that's gory, bro.
What's that look like, Marco?
Yeah, Marco was
holy
the Lady
cow.
of Medora.
I'm getting a whole new appreciation for this figure.
Wow. I believe, as Danny would say, that's the clitoris.
Dude, seriously, Marco, go get a H.R. Geiger book and just look at his art.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful work. But yeah, they're not hiding it at all, and it was totally lost on me. I'm just
That's crazy, dude.
That's amazing.
Did not see the lips there.
He's
at all.
so innocent, so pure.
I really am.
What a guy. Hot Toys dropped the blogger photos for Darth Revan. I think there's some people in the United States that are getting their sort of get your money ready emails as well. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I still think the hood probably could be a bit better, but overall, I love the weathering on the bronze copper. Love the lightsabers. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really cool figure. I think a lot of people are looking forward to. There's been some folks that are putting the new John Wick portrait on this, which it's kind of been a popular fan cast for a long time. So yeah, I think this is a cool figure. Not for me personally at this price point, but yeah, I definitely am excited for my fellow collectors that are going to be able to finally have a Darth Revan in the collection.
Yeah. I keep checking every day for my email, but nothing yet.
Did you do the payment plan, or did you did full pay?
For this one, I believe I just did full pay.
Classic.
Yeah. No cos babies for this or the Alien, by the way. There are a bunch of Alien cos babies though, like the Alien Queen and the Big Chap and stuff. So
not the same thing.
Not the same thing, but and no Revan cos baby. This literally came out of fucking nowhere. And I'm here for it. I can't wait.
Sorry. I guess Eddie's not that excited for it. Yeah. So, yeah, great. I think this one reminds me a bit. I'm excited for it, by the way. I think it turned out nice, but it kind of reminds me of the robed Boba Fett, where, the robes just never looked right to me and never really sat right. And I feel like this one might just be on the poofy side. Now I think you could futz it for it to look really good, and that's the hope. But I've seen some early pictures that are not the blogger photos where I'm like, I don't know, it just doesn't look as amazing as I anticipated it would look. So definitely looking to see how it all turns out. But awesome that they did this character, and definitely one to add.
Don't worry, they'll announce a Revan 2.0 in a year and a half.
It's true, yeah. They fixed it all. So,
or I guess since it started shipping this early, they'll announce a new one this week.
That's right. Right when you pay your invoice.
I didn't know why I didn't like it, Marco, until you said that, and now I'm like, oh, that might be why I don't like it. Because
I think so.
When the announcement came, I was really excited. I thought it looked sick, and I was like, oh yeah, Revan. And I didn't play Knights of the Old Republic. I have a Revan book, but I haven't read it yet. So the only background I know on the character is from YouTube videos and stuff I've heard and put together. But he just seemed cool because I like Mandalorians, and I like that he's wearing a Mandalorian helmet. So I thought he looks cool, and I think I've always been more drawn to Jedis that fight themselves between the dark side and the light side, or gray Jedis. I've always liked those Jedis more, and he's one of those. So I just like his story. But yeah, the figure in pictures, I'm like, there's something like the armor seems soft or toyetic. I don't know. I'm not gonna get it, but nothing is making me want it more from these pictures, and I feel like the hood is not gonna sit right. I haven't watched any reviews on it, so maybe if I watch, usually when I watch MRC's reviews, I see his quality is so good, I'll get a better idea of what exactly I like about it. But from the pictures, I don't love it, and now I'm worried about I got that robed Boba Fett on that deal they had this last week, so now I'm worried that one's gonna annoy me.
I think you're gonna like that one, honestly. But I think it's just it doesn't look like a shrunken down person because the robes have to be futzed so much. It's not just plug and play like a lot of the figures that we have. So yeah, that could be the reason why this one's not speaking to you.
Yeah, I was going to say hoods are always a struggle on these figures, right? But as many mentioned that Boba, I actually have that, and you reminded me that's maybe the only figure that I managed to get a good look with the hood on. So hopefully you'll be all right when you get yours. I don't have this. I wanted it. I was excited when it first came out, and I've kind of got to this point where I'm trying not to just jump on things, kind of let the hype die down. And it's one of those wait and see if I still really want it. So I ended up not picking them up. Maybe I chase it later, but kind of like what you guys said, there's nothing here that's really blowing me away, making me regret my decision yet. So we'll wait and see. But refresh my memory. Do both lightsabers get powered by USB on this figure? Because I remember there was a figure that came out about the same time that came with two lightsabers, but only one was USB, and I couldn't remember if that was this or not.
I think that was Darth Vader, right? That came with Reva's lightsaber that maybe wasn't USB powered.
Maybe, yeah.
I think that's what I'm remembering at least.
Okay. Yeah, so hopefully this does, because I remember when that was an issue, I thought that was pretty cheap. So hopefully they don't have that, because the red and the purple, if they light up halfway decent, would look pretty sick together.
There you go. Let's see what we have next. Jazzing Dioramas is working on a Batman Returns Penguin. They were asking, I think, the community for some assistance with references. I think it was for the Lair diorama background. But these are some of the different portraits that they're working on. I believe it's Sean Dabbs that's sculpting this one as well. And I believe they said they're working on two versions, the Mayor version and then a second version. And they're at that point in the process where they're soliciting community feedback, kind of seeing what people would be interested, what people would not be interested. They are also working on the umbrella, which looks really good. And they're working on the little, I guess, trinkets that hang off the end of the umbrella. And I think for this as well, they were asking for any fan assistance on references for this. They are also working on a potential bust for the Batman Returns Catwoman, with the sort of asterisk that the sales are going, this is a quote here, with the sales of Catwoman going well, we're on target for adding a free extra piece. We're not there yet, and if Hot Toys were to announce Catwoman, we might not get there at all. But we're thinking for the DXs in the 2-pack, we would include a bust to display one of your extra head sculpts. For the basics, we can include the extra whip and newspaper that comes with the DX. So seems like that figure is very fluid in the development cycle as well. But what do you guys think? We have some Batman Returns love. Looks like Jazz Inc. is continuing on it, and a little teaser that maybe... It's interesting to see them say that, mention Hot Toys by name, specifically that they might be making one. Obviously, it's not necessarily a confirmation of anything, but maybe it's on their radar.
Yeah, I really appreciate the fact that they're doing characters that haven't been done before. It would have been so easy for them to come out with Batman for the fucking Batmobiles and the fucking Batwing. And they didn't. They
did.
They are now doing 2 characters we haven't seen before in 6 Gal. And I just really appreciate that.
Yeah, so interesting in terms of the mention of Hot Toys. Yeah, it's definitely like it gives you pause for a second, right? Like why even bring them up?
Is that a
but
Catwoman pun?
No. Wow. Hey, nice. It was not intentional.
Nice.
But it is nice that they're thinking about, okay, because, this is turning into a strong release from their metrics, that they could add additional pieces. So I don't know if that's just from a marketing perspective, like they're continuing to try to drum up excitement for this figure, or it's actually like, oh, it's doing really well. Let's reward everyone who's invested in us. So it's kind of hard to parse out which one it is. And the cynic in me says like, oh, it's a marketing ploy, but it is cool because they don't have to do this. And a bust like this would be great because you're getting all the head sculpt options. So I think it's a nice move to reward, again, those early investors in the company and in the figure.
Yeah, I kind of had that same kind of reaction, Marco, to this. Is what were they trying to accomplish? Like I saw this and I thought, oh, that's really cool. And then I read the thing, and the line where if Hot Toys were to announce one, we might not. Just, I don't know, it made me kind of cringe, right? It was just kind of like almost like they're just pleading for more POs, and I don't know, it just felt a little desperate. And I don't mean to be so negative about it, because I too appreciate everything they're doing.
Here's CW being negative again.
Yeah, right. I think the Catwoman looks amazing. I didn't get it just because, as I said before, I wanted to hold off. It's a big jump for them, big change in direction. I wanted to make sure they nailed it before I put that kind of money down. I was hoping to see them maybe take a little longer on the Penguin, so that the Catwoman came out, and if it was awesome, then I could jump on the Penguin and only have to try and chase down one on the aftermarket. But at this rate, it wouldn't surprise me to see Penguin's going to go up for PO before Catwoman comes out. And I'll probably still hold my line, and as far as, wait and see what their product looks like before really investing in them. And if they're awesome, that means I got to chase 2 of these down on the aftermarket. So that's going to suck, but that's my gamble to take. So I'll live with it.
I don't like it. I don't like Jazz Inc. I don't
What?
like the posts. I don't like that he adds stuff afterwards. I think it's annoying. So I don't like that he moves one item from a DX to now the basics have it. Like, just stop getting people to pay for your ideas. Just figure it out, then put it up for sale, and then give it to me. Like, not for me.
There you go. Let's see. We did get a look at the Highlander. I'm not going to attempt to say that. Macleod head sculpt from Iconic Studios. This is limited to 888 units. So this is the tease that we talked about last week with the sword. We now have a tease of the portrait. Yep, I think it looks okay. It's a slow roll release, I guess, but I think the 888 is the most interesting and intriguing part of this release. But yeah, there we go. So Iconic showing some signs of life 2 weeks in a row.
Does it mean anything? 888? Like, is that a significant number to anything?
It's got to be.
Right?
Let me look it up. Let me look it up.
As far as this head sculpt goes, I think the actual face is really well done, but the hair, and I don't know if it's just because Hot Toys has been going fucking ham on their hair sculpts lately, but that hair needs some work. But other than that, I think it's pretty good. Paint looks really nice. Again, the likeness to the actor is really good. I don't remember the last time I watched Highlander. It's been forever ago, so I honestly don't even remember if I even liked it. So it's hard to get like excited about it, but maybe I need to just revisit Highlander.
There we go.
Future movie night.
I like it. I looked up what 888 means in Highlander, and they said meet the Toyota Highlander. So I think it means nothing.
Okay, cool.
I think it looks good.
Was the 888 the number they put? Sorry, Eddie, on the last one they did. That last limited one.
That Ryu. Yeah. I thought that there was a specific connection. Yeah, let me take a look on that.
Yeah, so I was wondering if the 888 was something from them, not so much Highlander. Sorry, Eddie, go ahead.
I haven't seen Highlander. I was just gonna say that I think the sculpt looks good. But does he have short hair in the movie? I don't know if I saw a picture or something. I thought he had long hair.
Yeah, I thought he did have long hair now that you said that.
I wonder if it's
Maybe
pulled
there's
back.
a time jump. It's been so long since I've seen the movie.
I've only seen like one picture, and in my mind's eye, I thought he had long hair, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, he definitely has long hair. I'm looking
The
at
chat
pictures
is
now.
saying that he does have this cut. Maybe it's later in the movie.
Yeah, and it's odd that that's the one that they would choose. Yeah, I know. I'm with Dean, man. For as much praise as I was giving that Captain America sculpted hair for Hot Toys, man, this is the complete opposite. This is a real step back in figure time, right? It looks the hair makes this thing look older than it is. So I'll be curious to see what they do with the rest of it. But as of now, just sit back and watch.
You're just gonna put Raiden's hat on there anyways, so cover up some of it.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Zach really bringing energy tonight.
I'm trying to match you guys. Mike's Adventure World. Mike, plug these sweet ornaments that you got here.
Yeah, man, I just threw these together. If anyone's interested, hit me up. You just hit me directly on Facebook or on Instagram, whatever. $20 a piece plus shipping. Get them in now before Christmas time. They make a wonderful gift to your favorite collector.
Wow, very good. Also, CW logos as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could probably fashion those into ornaments if you'd like.
Yeah, anyone's got any ideas, something they want, hit me up.
There you go. Let's see what we got here. We have the CW Awards 2024. These are progressing very well. I think this might be our highest voting count ever, and we still have how many weeks? About 13 days left. So very excited to have that support from the community, showing us who is their favorite figures and companies from our list. Thank you again to those that nominated and for those that are voting. It means a lot to us. It's a lot of work to do these things, so to have people actually share their voice means a lot to us. Let's see. Here's a look at the nominations. So again, we have the most improved company, best overall company, best figure under 35, best 1/12 scale figure, best non-1/6 or non-1/12, best third party, best portrait, best 1/6 figure of the year, and the coveted community member of the year award. So lots of great figures and companies here for your consideration. The voting form, let's see if I can pull that up to send it to you guys in the chat. Yeah, 234 votes so far, so definitely doing real good. But here is the voting form if anyone wants, or you can scan the QR code here on your television and it should take you right to the voting form. But yeah, thanks everyone for voting so far. Taking a look at the junk drawer, we just have one thing in the junk drawer. This is the Marvel Rivals game. It's launching December 6th. Though I've seen some people, I guess, somehow had early access to it. I'm not sure if that's like a PlayStation Plus benefit, but I've seen some people already kind of talking about the game.
I think they had a PC beta test.
Oh,
so
okay.
I haven't seen PlayStation, but maybe that as well.
Gotcha. But this one is going to be available for Windows, PS5, and Series X/S. It's a free-to-play, team-based hero shooter, which I want to say, Dean, the Concord was a hero shooter, right? It's like the same genre.
Yeah.
Not free-to-play, obviously. But you'll be able to choose from 33 iconic Marvel characters, including superhero and villains, and battle on maps inspired by the Marvel multiverse. I'm actually super excited for this. I'm not good at any of these types of games, but I think it's free to play. I think you just lose a little bit of time to participate, but you're not spending $50 to buy a game or $70 to buy a game and then basically playing what should be already a free game. So I'm excited for this. I'll definitely be giving it a go. And are any of you guys going to try this as well?
We could get a team going. Play on Ox Plays.
Wow.
If you want to play on PC, that is.
I could use my controller, right? Probably. Imagine you can. I'd be down.
Mouse and keyboard's probably better for FPS.
I can't do that. I don't know how to do that thing. There's too many buttons. You know what I'm saying? Too many buttons. Mike, you gonna play?
I will definitely check it out. I haven't seen anything on it yet than just some of the things posted in the different group chats. But no, I mean, free to play, it's definitely worth checking out. But to Sean's comment in the chat, so free to play equal microtransactions. I mean, is this going to be something where spend a shit ton of money and these guys get all, maxed out and then just get your ass beat the whole time?
Probably.
I'll probably play it for a bit and then get pissed off and never touch it.
Yeah, it's probably more like cosmetics. Kind of like Fortnite. Fortnite's free to play.
Is that how? Okay, is Fortnite more cosmetic based and like you can't really pay to win, basically?
Yeah, Fortnite is only pure cosmetics.
I feel like with so many iconic characters too, that's the way to do it. Like, don't let people pay to win, but then also, they might get some money out of me if I really enjoy it. If I'm playing as Wolverine and now they're releasing this other costume. But I feel like the amount of characters that they're going to have available at launch, which looks like 33 there. I've never been into the hero shooters except for when we were in college, we would play Unreal Tournament, I think like on Xbox. And that was a great experience to play that locally. So if we can kind of recapture some of that, I definitely would be interested in giving it a go. I'm excited to play this for like 2 weeks and then never talk about it ever again with you guys.
Classic.
Fortnite has Marvel characters and Marvel skins and Marvel powers. It just feels like just play Fortnite.
Fortnite's amazing. I wish more of my friends played Fortnite. I love playing that game.
Yeah, I could get into it. I just never
killing people.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's always seemed intriguing, but I think something that's like Marvel focused where you could use the powers from the characters, it's got a lot of potential. So
on Fortnite.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's go.
In Fortnite, you have to find the upgrade. You have to find the.
That's true.
Like the weapon.
Yeah.
You don't just get it.
And Fortnite's just been around for so long, whereas this is new. The barrier to entry is just like you just download it and play, and everyone's going to be trying it for the first time for the most part.
You're not wrong. But you can also play no build on Fortnite, which is the way to go.
I was so Victoria Vivi's gymnastics. Some of the kids there really want a Portal for Christmas, and so I was playing mine, and this kid asked like, "Can I try it out? See if I even like the experience?" And I was like, "Sure." And he just fucking clutched a Royale. He's like, "I'm gonna win this Royale," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, whatever." And he fucking won. I was like, "Dude, that dude, fucking Babe Ruth did, bro. Just fucking called his shot." And I mean, I don't know how hard that is, but like, I don't know. I feel like none of my friends I've ever seen have won a Royale. It's awesome.
These digital natives, they were born with the controller in their hand, bro.
Dude, he was fucking up everybody. I was like, God damn. And he's like, yeah, I want one. So I was like,
The
dude, and
only
it got me a
time-
bunch of like rewards. Like in the game, I got like a trophy and like a.
You're like, you want to borrow this? Maybe
I
bring
was
it
like,
back
dude, you
tomorrow.
wanna fucking, you fucking, I'm gonna have all
Bring
the
it every
cool
week. Let him play for
skins.
2 hours.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the only time I've ever won a Royale is with a team. I've never single.
Dude, I tell you, he was like, I'm about to win this. And I'm like, okay, sure, you fucking kid. And he fucking won it. I was like, Jesus Christ. Ben says, Katera plays Fortnite. She will definitely play with you. So there you go. You got at least one person to play with you. Let's see. We'll scrounge up a little more for the junk drawer because we're running a bit slow today. Night of the Seven Kingdoms releases in summer 2025 on HBO, set 100 years before Game of Thrones and 100 years after House of the Dragon. You'll encounter several members of the Targaryen dynasty. I'm fucking tired of I feel like I'm Game of Thrones'd out. That man needs to finish that fucking book. And I don't understand why there's so many TV shows.
Did you read the books, Zach?
Fuck no, I didn't read the books.
What do you care if he finishes them?
Because all he does is bitch and moan. He's like a
Then you're
grouchy
gonna have
man.
books piling up. When are you gonna get to those?
What do you mean he's bitching and moaning about what? What does he bitch and moan about?
Have you not seen any of the things he's been saying? He's been complaining about how they're handling the dragons, how they're handling the storyline, the changes. It's exhausting. It's like bro's doing everything but writing a book. Fucking writing his blog and shit. It's like me. I'm doing everything but finishing Merlin. Now I know how you guys feel.
It's frustrating.
Anyways, it is frustrating. I'm fucking pissed. Fucking pissed.
I didn't even watch the second season of House of Dragon.
I couldn't get through it. It was so boring. This fucking House of just
got away
everyone
from me.
bores. House of fucking Daemon Targaryen having heebie-jeebies is what it should have been called. Fuck that show. Fuck that.
It
season.
was a giant.
It's a pretty long title.
Tease. The season 2 was they're really dragging it out.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Oh,
Zach, you really took a turn on that show. I thought you were with me that we fucked.
Bro,
with House of
I was
Dragon,
with you until it became a House of Talk. Like nothing fucking happened.
Was it when they switched out young Rhaenyra for old Rhaenyra?
Mommy Rhaenyra, yeah.
I get it.
You know, you hate to see it. And young Allison, to be honest, she bad as fuck too. Although old Allison, very bad as well.
It's the House of Dragon on.
House of Dragon, my balls. Dude, I want to give a shout out. Again, we're kind of scrounging here. To Cash to Gemini. One of the most amazing things I've ever seen happen. I love Cash. Cash Money. So he made a post on his group, and I think he called out Sideshow publicly on what is this? Batman versus Joker Eternal Enemies Premium Format DEX. And he was like, why is this shipping $324.36? He was like, this is ridiculous. And within 24 hours, Sideshow emailed him back and realized there was a discrepancy in their shipping system. And for all the collectors now, the price has gone down from $338 for shipping to $108. And they're willing to, if someone canceled their order because of the high shipping cost, they will reinstate it with the correct shipping rate. So I think it's kind of cool when, companies are able to admit that they've made a mistake. I think it's really cool. And the fact that resolution happened so quickly, I don't know what the error was, but, for a collector to essentially do what we try to do all the time, right? Call it a company for XYZ and the company to respond fairly graciously, and say like, hey, we made a mistake. This was an issue on our part. We fixed it. Here's the new shipping rate. And to potentially save any collector buying this, $218. Props to Cash to Gemini. Cash money, baby. I love
that.
Yeah.
Did anyone watch
100 is still too much?
Probably. Did anyone watch Skeleton Crew?
Oh,
I just watched the first episode before we came on.
Did you watch it, Eddie?
I'm intrigued. It was fun, right? It's not what I would have done for a Star Wars show, but it was fun. I'm intrigued to see where it goes. It could be a blast.
Is it like the Goonies?
It is.
Did
like
you get
the
Goonies vibes?
I think so. I think
I was gooning while I was watching it.
I read somewhere that somebody summed it up basically like those 80s Amblin movies, right? Goonies, E.T., all that, to the point where there's even kids running through the woods with their bikes, so it's it definitely has that feel. Who knows if they pull it off for the next 8 episodes or whatever it is, but I'll definitely check them out.
It is the exact opposite of what I would have specifically chosen for Star Wars, because I've already said, like, no more of these kid actors. I didn't like young Leia. What's the name of in the not the Obi-Wan show? Sorry, this was Ahsoka. What was the name of the kid in Ahsoka?
Ezra.
Anyways, the kid in that one took me out of it.
Wait, the kid in Ahsoka?
Yeah.
Which kid?
Yeah, it was it was the son of one of the characters from Rebels.
Oh,
yeah, Hera's kid, the little brat.
There you go, Hera's kid. Anyways, like the kids in Star Wars have been driving me crazy. So when I saw the trailer for this, I was like, this looks like it's going to be ass. And I really enjoyed the first episode. Like I feel like a mark of a good story is like if you just care about where it's going before they go out on an adventure without spoiling things. It's like I could have watched a show about just kind of like them going to class and then just dicking around, and like you felt the weight of what they were doing in the moment, and then the really cool stuff started to happen. So I don't know, I was impressed. And I think it's John Watts who did the Spider-Man trilogy. So I'm like, okay, I understand a bit more how, he's got a knack for storytelling, honestly. So I'm intrigued to see where this goes. There's 2 episodes out already.
Yeah.
Tom Holland.
Nah, pass.
Oh, Eddie's out ×2.
I really enjoyed it, and in fact, last like a week ago, I had seen all the characters. I guess like all the characters, the main crew of the ship at Walmart, the Black Series, and I was like, this is really cool, but I want to wait to actually see an episode before I buy. And I was really tempted to buy Neil, the little Max Rebo looking kid.
Oh, he's the best.
And he's the best
with that comb over.
Bro.
That's why
dude,
he's
I
the
love
goat.
it. He's the fucking goat. And so we went to the gym today, me and Victoria, and I was like, dude, we got to go to Walmart, say a prayer, dude. We got to see if these figures are still there. And sure enough, they either restocked them or the same ones were there. And I picked up Neil, and then I picked up Jude Law's character. And I planned to buy the rest of them, but I wasn't about to spend $125 on those fucking kids yet. But I had to get the goat, the fucking goat. And so I really enjoyed it. I am so excited to show it to Vivi. I mean, there's only 2 episodes, but the first one was really good. Second one felt a bit short, but I was at the gym, and it just made like the time at the gym go by really quickly while I was doing cardio, and I'm excited. And even, I couldn't believe it, but usually fucking Star Wars Theory crashes out. He said he liked it too.
Yeah.
I couldn't fucking believe it.
I think that Eddie will like it when he watches it. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
But he won't tell us. He'll say that he hates it.
I'll tell you if I like it. I never
like
bullshit
Andor.
about that stuff. I never bullshit about if it's good or not. But also,
He secretly loved Andor.
I don't see the point in it, so I'm not excited.
How so?
Like,
In what way?
Neil Team 6, that's awesome, Charlie.
what is it? What is it like? Were there trailers for this show? Like,
Yes.
it feels almost like
Yes.
There was. So
there's no build up for this show at all. I don't even know what it's about,
Yeah.
and so it's like that's why I'm like, I don't care.
Well, that may
I
be
don't-
the best way to go into it, though, right? It's fresh. You have no
I
expectations.
knew nothing about it.
Yeah, I can tell you it's completely different. It doesn't tie into anything. It's so there's
And
nothing
that's
holding
another-
it back.
I don't know. I don't like that it's everybody's like, oh, it's such a big universe and they focus on the same characters. And like I like those characters though. So like
Till
why
they
do I
ruin
care
them.
about
Wouldn't you
a bunch
rather
of
Disney
kids
just stay the
on
fuck
a
away
ship?
from them?
Did you like the Acolyte? Because there was definitely some of those characters.
Because
in
even
the
like
Acolyte.
okay, because look, hear me out. Even with
Oh, boy.
Rebels, it's Vader. It's a bunch of random kids that we don't know, but they're being hunted by Vader. So it's like, yeah, but it's still tied to what I have an interest in. This is just like, oh, here's a random thing, but it's Star Wars. It just feels like they're trying to sell me on something and using the word Star Wars to like, you know, when your mom has to give you medicine, so they trick you into thinking like, here, take your medicine. Like, nah, I'm a good.
I think you're right, Eddie, and that's the
take my
uphill
own
battle
medicine.
that they're fighting, and that's definitely what I thought too. Like, why did this need to be in the Star Wars universe? But the more that I saw it, because it takes place between the OT and like Mando, right, or the second trilogy.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
you
correct.
kind of get to see this like utopia that the Republic are, you know, allegedly establishing. So you kind of get to see that world that everyone was fighting for. I guess similar to Andor, where it's like you get to see how evil the Empire is. You get to see like kind of how the Republic is succeeding or not succeeding. Go
Are
ahead,
any
Eddie.
of them Jedi?
We don't know
It's
yet.
Well,
I'm not gonna say nothing.
Yeah, it's
But I will say, Eddie, I think Marco makes a great point because it is a bit jarring as a Star Wars fan because you go from episode 6 and then like in the visual media, I'm sure in the books they've gone into a lot, but you never really get to see like the goodness of the Republic because even in Mando there's supposedly no Empire, but the whole fucking show is about the Empire. And then in The Force Awakens, obviously the First Order is already established. And so I feel like in visual media, we haven't yet really seen the consequence of the Empire falling. And so I liked it. I'm not saying that you are or are not going to like it, Eddie, but I'll be honest, I went into it super prejudiced that I wasn't going to like it.
Me too.
And after the first 5 minutes, I was like, they fucking got
It's
me,
just
bro.
so adorable, bro. It's just like
It's such
just
a fun show. Like, to me,
and
the
there's
concept-
still attachments to what you know, Eddie, right? I mean, you know, we don't know where it's going to go. We don't know what characters are going to show up or what it's going to lead to, but there's definitely still attachment. It's not like they're pretending, you know, the Empire, the Jedi weren't real. I mean, they're very much a part of the
it's very
story.
much tied into it. Yeah.
So
I think it's cool. I would recommend to watch it, Eddie, but you know, obviously we all have, you know, we all have our own.
They
decisions
lucked
to
out
make.
that there's nothing on right now, so
Perfect
Eddie's like,
timing.
don't
Perfect
force me
timing,
to.
honestly.
It's really good, Eddie. I think you like it because I know you like. I don't want to say like the cheesy like '80s movies, but like I feel like it's right up your alley. Like to me, when I'm watching it, I'm like, I think Manny's gonna like it, and I think Eddie's gonna like it because both of y'all like those like kind of less serious vibe movies that maybe the greater public doesn't perceive as good, but I think that you guys enjoy them because of nostalgia. To me, it felt very nostalgic, and maybe it's just because I watched the Goonies recently, and maybe it's because I've been like on a Robin Williams like Hook / Jumanji kick. It checked a lot of boxes for me, and I think it's tough, you know, when you have a show built around child actors. I think you'll have varying degrees of quality. I think Stranger Things obviously in the upper echelon of recent memory of you know, kind of child-based shows. Oh, they took so fucking long on that show. They're fucking older than me at this point. But the child actors are really good. I don't know if they're all children because some of them, you know, because Neil's like a CGI character, but I mean, you're just like, dude, this reminds me of being in fucking elementary school and fucking around with my friends and, you know, like having those goofy kid adventures that kids have, but in the Star Wars universe. So it's like they're speeder bikes instead of like bikes and, you know, skateboards and stuff. Like it's really neat. I really enjoyed it. I do want to pick up the full Black series and maybe even the Lego set, which looks pretty cool. But I think to your point, Eddie, I think the problem was the show was supposed to be out like a year ago. I don't quite understand why it got pushed back so far, but that's the reason like the Lego stuff was out for a long time before the show came out. There was obviously the Black series was on the shelf a little bit before the show came out. All this stuff has been kind of ready to go, and it's just not lined up with the release of the show for whatever reason. So
yeah, I was gonna say it's nice that the figures are out literally when the first episode starts streaming. That's cool.
For sure.
Yeah, and Marco, I was with you. When I saw it was a cast of kids, I thought no chance because Star Wars cannot cast quality kid actors. Man, look at the girls from The Acolyte, right? Those twins.
Yes,
I mean,
those are the other ones that I was
terrible.
forgetting too. They were not good as well.
But I would say on that first episode, the worst actor was the adult, the dad. I mean, he was every time he spoke, I was like, "Are you trying?" But I thought the kids were good.
And I forget what the.
No, he wasn't in the first episode.
Okay.
I forget the name of the oldest female character, but she was great.
Fern.
Like she reminded me of
Fern.
Squints from. Squints from Sandlot, where she's just making up all these stories like the beast lives over there.
Yeah,
just, I don't know.
there you go.
Yeah, it was a big old fern.
That's right.
Little old
She's
fern.
a great character.
White fern.
Little female fern.
Yeah, there you go. I think we checked the boxes tonight, boys. Friendly reminder: we're doing likely a double feature on Thursday, December 12th. We're gonna have OFAC at 8:30 p.m. London time, which I believe is about. I think with daylight savings time, it's about 2:30 or 1:30 Central Standard Time on December 12th, and then in the evening at 8:30 we'll have small talk. In January we'll split them back to their separate days, but with the holidays, this is kind of when we can do it for both shows. And Dean, if you would be so kind to read me the Patreon list, please.
Yeah, give a quick shout out to Captain Fordo, Ian Stevie, Renee Mendes, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, King Louis, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, Equan, Chris Valencerino, Ben Thomas, David Jones, Sam Giz, Joao Bretta, Thomas Clark, Eric Switzer, Six Guns Figs, Billy Batfish, Joe, Chet Beeks, Corbus, Luke Skywalker, Sweet, Danny Lee, Deanie Martin, Big Ol' Fern, Cesar Mara Quinn, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Bomonsky, Rick DeGregorio, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Alan Morgan, Tukathri Wa, Derek B, Aries Portillo, Alvin J, Mario Delgado, Arelis Delgado. My list went away.
Oh, we're losing Dean.
I got you. Toy Cartel, Mike the Cisco Collector, Jared G, Alberto Cortez, Big Rib, Trevor Weed, Darren Ilderton, Matt Clevenger, Dom Mathon, Stephen Percha, Sean Yutzi, Scott Bradley, Stephen Maria Stanley, Eddie Manzanares, Louis Bennett, Chip Heron, Exodus, Abe Dunk TV, and Gigi the Judgmental. Wow, that was weird. Anyways,
I liked it though.
Yeah, thank you guys for being Patreonies and helping us keep the lights on. Taking a look at the November, December Patreon benefits, we have the Merry Oxmas sticker and the Quackerzack sticker, which just arrived today. They're holographic and they're wonderful. Or
That's
I guess
awesome.
glitter is what they call it, but I love it and they came out really good. So these will be shipping out probably late December. I got to get all the packing stuff in, and never heard them read them as fast. Yeah. Anyways, we have 4 tiers if you want to support the network. We have the Hot Seat for $5, which is all the digital benefits. The Sweet Angel for $7.50, which is the swag mailed to your door every other month. We also have the Certified Crispy $15 tier for figure fix assistance, and the What a Guy $25 tier for the Pog Deluxe set and doubles of all the stickers we send and all the benefits of the previous tiers. Looking at our YouTube channel membership, we have Absolute Irwin, Alvin J, Amanda Dobbs, Andrew Gibo, Benjamin Hansen, Big Ol' Fern, Bob Dylan, CC3PO, Chris V, CT603, DJ, Daminator, Doc Smizzle, Equan, Fat Batman, Gare Bear, Good Ol' Spotchka, Gotham Cenobites, Justin Sport Card, Jared G, LV Avenger 702, Mark Pearson, Mike L, Eddie Money Mendez, OG Fan, OMFG Rick, 16 Figure Focus, Paul Schreiber, Philip DeFool, S Beam, Sam Giss, Scarlord, SpongeBob SquareBalls, Sunnyvale Russ, The Ben Thomas Show, Toy Mafia, and Exodus. You can become a YouTube channel member by clicking this link here in the chat. It's 99 cents if you are a Patreon member, or $2.99 if you are not. You get the same benefits for each tier, but you get the loyalty badges and custom chat emojis and member shoutouts and all of our figure news shows. We also have a TeePublic if you want to buy some swag. And looking at the network, we have obviously CW on Tuesdays 8:30 after dark. Tomorrow at 10:30, I believe it is movie night this Thursday. We also have Just Another Friday Night on Friday. I guess I didn't have that slide up and all, but that's okay. But yeah, plenty of shows to wet your whistle. I think we're working on, still working on some video game stuff for you guys. I just downloaded Assetto Corsa this weekend, got some mods working on that, so we're excited to maybe pick up a steering wheel and do some streaming on that. And that might open up Truck Simulator also, so lots of fun stuff planned.
I think we're talking Terminator 3 on Thursday movie night.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
I actually really like that movie. Very cool. Dude, that's a pretty good pick, actually. Anyone have any shout-outs that they would like to give?
Oh, shout out to Cuervo. It's his birthday today.
Hey, happy birthday, Cuervo. Hope you have a good one. Fucking love that guy. Yeah, that's...
Shout out to Ben. Hopefully he made it home safely.
He's eating fajitas.
Sounds like he made it home to his fajitas, yeah.
Nice.
But not to us, so
no.
I kind of hate to see it.
Yeah, I hate to see it. But, yeah, I just want Ben to be safe. He was texting and driving, sending pictures, and doing everything. I was worried for him. You know, you got to keep your eyes on the road. That's what they say.
He's
That's
reckless.
Right. I do have a quick shout out. You know, I know we don't like to plug, other channels, but shout out to Jose Plus, Jose G Hernandez. He's going to be launching a new show this Saturday morning. Gigi and myself will be on there with him. I think he's got some really cool ideas. I think one of them is King Shark Tank, where he's going to have Collector Joey and Brick Artemis kind of square off, on their idea of some figures. So yeah, definitely stay tuned on our social media for some additional details, his social media, and yeah, should be a fun show. I did a really shitty job of selling that. Sorry, Jose, but definitely tune in, everyone.
I was going to tune in, but now I'm not sure.
Yeah. Like after that one.
Shout out to Reverse Zio. He was married this weekend. Congratulations. I wish him and his
Mazel
wife
tov.
a happy union and many years of love and happiness.
I think my invite got lost in the mail, but congratulations.
Yeah, it's okay.
You were going to be my
yeah.
+1, but I didn't get it either.
I was expecting the best man, but that's cool
The
too.
best man, yeah.
Wow. Any other shout outs that we would like to give? Shout out to Nate, the guy we got our dog from. I still don't know why you did it, but that was one of the nicest, kindest gestures that a human being has done. It was super nice. Like, I'll talk about it tomorrow, but it moved me greatly to tears. Shout out to... Anyone else want to shout out in the chat? Anybody? No? Shout out to everyone that voted.
Shout out to Victoria for finally getting something instead of Zach.
There you go. Shout out to Hunter
That's a
Biden.
good point.
For the
Wow.
Oh, wow. Jesus.
I guess the pardon is like 11 years. Or
Yeah,
something along-
that's
like
not
a,
fishy at
a
all.
very specific.
Jesus
I love
Christ.
it. I love everything about
11
it.
years. Oh, my God.
Oh boy.
Well, we might as well
I
start
would like
talking
one of
tariffs
those
now, too.
That's right. I'd like one of those blanket pardons as well, please.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
going to
for
need
the
more than
next 10
11
years.
years.
That's right.
What's the max you can do?
Right.
There you go. Well, anyways, I'm Zach. I'm Dean.
I'm Marco.
Dean.
Oh, there we go.
I'm Eddie.
Mike.
And I don't know. We love you guys, and we'll catch you on the next episode.